I don't know. I can think about some of those beaches I'm going to look forward to in the summer. I think that's a relative question. But in terms of it being the game that everybody looks forward to domestically, it's certainly that. And we've reached that point where selling out Wembley is no longer just a pipe dream. And the FA, finally, they don't have to listen to me anymore, banging on about how important it is we fill the stadium out. And so well done to everyone for doing that. Asked me at the end, you can have 2 good games at home, but you're only as good as your next game. So ask me Sunday. But do I think we've played well the last couple of games? Yes, probably the best, but it's about maintaining that to the end. You know, I'm not a big fan of the individual awards, but I'm a big fan of Sam Kerr, and I think anything she gets awarded is thoroughly deserving. Although we could all argue there's lots of players up and down the country that are equally deserving of that award. I think, first of all, previous success is not indicative of future success. We're playing an outstanding team who have led the way in the league this year and are deserving to be in the cup final. And it's a cup final where we know last year we won the final. And actually, I thought Man City played better than us that day. So being there in the past maybe gives you the luxury of understanding what it's like, but it is no advantage whatsoever.
Do you start as favourites?
I think this year, you know, our team, I think it's fair to say, been written off quite easily, in the press particularly. So we were always favourites in our eyes. What we are in yours is what you sell newspapers and, you know, make news out of. What's important is that the belief, the confidence, the trust that's internal is critical when it really, really matters. And all I can say is that we're really looking forward to it.
I've learnt loads, Asif. Do you know what we learned? Do you know what we got wrong at Birmingham? We made it a massive event. Like, we made it bigger than it should have been. No disrespect. We know it's a big deal. Everyone knows it's a big deal. I'm really looking forward to it. Can't state that enough. But we made it too big. Like, we put quotes on the wall. We made mistakes, and I think that was naivety. We put quotes on the wall from players, families, and all of that. And so it became an emotional event rather than it being a real clear, business-like event. So, you know, you can celebrate afterwards if you win the cup, and then you can be as emotional as you want. But the reality is there's going to be enough emotions in the game that we need to save them up. So I think I've learned from that. Stages of the game, I think we have to manage stages of the game better than we did at Birmingham. Look, and all honesty, let's be honest, I had a wonderful Birmingham team that we were playing against Manchester City on the day, and, you know, we got blown away, but in parts we matched them as well. So, you know, we were just probably naive was the word. So these are factors that we're looking into to developing for this one. Yeah, massive. I think, like, it's slightly different. And so I think it'll feel different when you're at Wembley for an England game. Of course, it's about almost everybody supporting England. Here, there'll be a divide, I'm sure. You know, the Manchester United fans will be in number, and it might outnumber. But the reality is there's still going to be those factors within the game. So her experience will be vital. But more importantly, I think most of us, we can't win this on just individuals' experience of something at final. We've got to win this as a collective. If we're going to win this game, it's got to be as a collective. So we're going to have to suffer in this game. There's no doubt about it. You know, for anybody telling me that, we'll get the question out before anybody asks it of underdog versus favourite. We'll get that out of the way. The reality is, Emma will tell you that we could be favourites because we're sitting top of the league. We know how that question and conversation goes every time. So the reality is they have more experience at this right now. But the reason we're here is because we want to experience more often and we want to be in these finals more often. So for us, the experiences was something we're going to gain. We're going to have to get it on the job, but we're also going to have to learn what we've done this year, which I think there's quite a lot in there for us to try and put it out in this final. Pressure that I don't have every day. Like, I have that every day, literally every day. I even think there's more pressure on us than there is on a Chelsea, on an Arsenal, on a Manchester City, because we are Manchester United. So I feel that, but I internalise it to say, yeah, it's because they want us to do well. So there isn't a Manchester United fan that doesn't want us to win. So, and we are huge around the world. So for me, I feel that pressure every day, but I utilise it in trying to drive my forwards, my defenders, attackers, goalkeepers, whatever. For me, it's about focus on what we can achieve. Process will always come in above emotion.